Hi there, Robert here. Hope everyone is safe and well. Welcome to Easy to Grow Food at Home. If you have a container, a little plastic container, a pack of seeds and water, you can grow food. You want proof? Here it is. Tomatoes. This is a margarine container. Tissue paper and seeds are started to grow. Look at that. Lettuces, no, these are tomatoes, the smaller variety. Tissue paper, they're growing. Look at that. Cost nothing, and I'll spend $5 on seeds. Lettuces, margarine container, they're growing. This has cost me next to nothing to get all these seeds going. Now, when we talk hydroponically, that is growing in water, anyone can do it. As long as you got a bottle and you have a sponge. Inside that sponge, there's a groove so the roots can grow down it. You put this in the top of the bottle, and as long as the sponge reaches the water, it will grow. You want proof? Well, here we have my sponge. Here they are, they're growing right out the top. And I'm looking for some roots. And if you can see the root, you can't see that. Let's see, we've got this one here. I'm looking for some roots. Right, here we go. You got the root there down the bottom. That is the root from that little plant at the top. It's reaching the water and it's feeding that plant. This is in my little hydroponic unit, but you can have a bottle. You can have a plastic container with a hole in a lid. You can have anything that grows food. Let's take it to the next level. This is my hydroponic unit here, the same as one you can see. I bought the white one. Everyone is growing, everyone. And that's all it is water. And I'm growing basil. So far we got lettuces, tomatoes, basil, and other herbs over the back there because I've got the same unit, and my unit this year is going to be herbs. I'm going to put them on the countertop when they grow, and that's it. I'm just going to pick the herbs when we want them. That's the hydroponic unit. You don't need to spend money on that unit, but it's nice conversation piece, and it does grow your seeds faster. But let's take it to the next level. I'm growing these seeds here in a little container, and I've got grow buckets. Now I'm going to lift this up, it's very heavy. I'm not going to keep it for too long. And if we can see this little black piece here, that's there, that's a pipe that's feeding the bottom blue bucket. And it's filled with soil in the top bucket. And the bottom bucket is filled with water. Now, in the top bucket, I have holes in the bottom, and I've got a slit. And I've got a cloth very similar to this. It will actually wick water. And I'll put this through the bottom bucket and let it rest in the water. And I'll stand it up and I'll put earth on both sides. So this is buried in the bucket standing up. So it feeds all the soil all the way up the bucket. And when I've got the seedlings about 4 inches, I'll put them in the bucket. And I've got about 10 to 12 buckets in the corner ready to put tomato plants, because this year I'm growing tomatoes. I'm growing other things as well, but my main crop is going to be tomatoes. Yes, and I'm going to feed the street. I don't need 12 buckets of tomatoes. I've got strawberries. Now, my strawberry tube, my neighbour across the road has it because he wants to do strawberries, so I'll give him my strawberry tube. He's hanging it over his balcony, and I'll put strawberry plants in between my plants at the back here. So I've got strawberries as well. And I've got tomatoes, I've got lettuces, and I've got herbs. Easy to grow. But let's take it one step further. Now, if you go to the dollar store, you can buy these little plastic containers in a circle that are round, and they're going to look very similar like the bottom of this. Only a couple of dollars. That's all they are. You're going to make some holes in the bottom, and what you're going to do, you're going to put these on top of a bucket, and you're going to grow food from them. Now, as long as this bucket is in water, and as long as your seed reaches that water, it will grow. And what grows mad in these is rhubarb. Any vegetable that stands up, this is good for. Lettuces, anything. The problem it has, in the sun, the top here gets warm. So you might want to put something over there like a cloth or something if you're hanging something over the top. Now, you can put what you want in here, plants, anything. This is hydroponic that goes in a bucket. And I have a number of these tubs. I bought a lot of these tubs. A few of them I've given them away to neighbours, and we're all growing together to help each other out. We have neighbours helping neighbours. Now, how this works, it started about 3 years ago. I was making these grow buckets in the garage. And my garage door was open, and what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm growing grow buckets. And a few of the neighbours said, well, I want to get into this because a few of them are struggling. And we started growing food together, helping one another out. You grow some food, I'll grow some food, we share the food. And it's expanded. We got neighbours helping neighbours. Now we have a group of neighbours where I am, and it's expanded out because a lot of people have found out what we're doing. They've found my easy to grow food at home YouTube channel, and a lot of people are doing this. And how this system works is exactly the same we had during the war, dig for victory. And after the war, up until the late 50s, we were still digging and growing food. And neighbours were growing different foods, and they were actually helping one another out. Some were growing rhubarb, some were growing tomatoes, some were growing lettuces, carrots and different, and we shared them out. But today I brought it back. We're using hydroponics. There is a use of water, growing seeds in water. It grows 3 times as fast. And we use nutrients. Now, you don't use nutrients until the plant is about 3 or 4 inches. And I recommend that you take it out and put it in a bucket. That's the easiest method. Stick it in a bucket of soil like I've just shown you, one bucket on top of the other, and have the water with the nutrients. And here's a tip. If you're going to fill up using a container or a jug, don't use it indoors, just use it outside. I do it with a hose. I put in the nutrients, and then what I do then is just use the water. But don't use any container that you're using nutrients in indoors. Now, I have a hydroponic unit. It's going on my countertop, and my hydroponic unit is going to be filled with basil, and different herbs. Here we are. That's it. Simple as that. As long as you got water, as long as you got a sponge, here's a sponge with a groove in it. As long as that sponge reaches the water, that seed will grow through and it will grow. That's all it is. I can do it, you can do it, and if you want to take it to the next level, get your neighbours doing the same thing, sharing the food. We have changed it a little bit because we have some neighbours that don't want to grow, but they cook a little bit of extra food. Other neighbours, they buy bulk potatoes to share them out. Other neighbours, running other neighbours to the railway station to save parking fees, sharing vehicles. Other neighbours, we're clearing snow and we're mowing lawn. Anything that's going to save us money. That's what we're doing. And it's expanded over a couple of years and it's doing very well. You can do the same. God bless, all the best. And no matter where you are in the crazy world we're living in today, please stay safe and look after each other. Thank you very much. All the best.